So I broke my headphones, my headset, the other day. I was playing FIFA and I got really upset and I broke them. Don't don't break your equipment, guys, when you get mad, because then you got to spend money on new equipment. But I did get a new headset. It like lights up. Ooh, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is not a review on the headset though, because like this isn't unbox therapy or something. Like if you haven't subscribed to Unbox Therapy, they're really cool. They do reviews and unbox stuff on some really cool stuff. You should definitely subscribe to them. They're really cool. I'm not sponsored by them. That's not why I'm sitting here telling you to subscribe. I'm not saying that. I'm just here to say my name is Curtis Russell with the Seoul Dojo Gaming Channel, and thank you for coming back to the channel. And I am doing my first impressions on Far Cry 5. But first, let's roll the intro. Far Cry 5 is developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. Now, like most people, I love Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4 was a little too familiar, but 7 hours into Far Cry 5, I really enjoy it. Now, in Far Cry 5, you play as a deputy who comes in to arrest the Seed family. This family has been terrorizing the people of Hope County, Montana with their religious cult called Project at Eden's Gate. Far Cry takes place in Hope County, Montana. Now, Far Cry usually has a setting of more tropical places, but the setting still feels like a Far Cry game. Hope County is beautiful in its own way with a beautiful landscape. It has lakes and long-ranging woods for hunting and back roads to give it a more definite country feel. It's just a beautiful game to look at. Far Cry is well known for their awesome villains, and Far Cry 5 is no exception. Hope County is ran by 3 leaders of Eden's Gate in each region of Hope County. The 2 villains so far that I've met are Joseph and John Seed. While Joseph is the main protagonist, John takes center stage in the region that I first visited in Far Cry 5. John is obsessed with the word yes, and he's obsessed with forcing people to convert themselves into Eden's Gate. It's very interesting, but with me trying to explain it, I'd rather just show you guys how crazy this dude is.
My parents were the first ones to teach me about the power of yes. One night, they took me into the kitchen and they threw me on the ground. And I experienced pain after pain after pain after pain. And when I didn't think I could take any more, I did. Something broke free inside. I wasn't scared, I was clear. I looked up at them. I started to laugh. All I could say was, yes.
Woo! That is some good story right there. For the first time in the Far Cry series, you can create your own character, but it is very limited and character progression isn't as good as previous games. And your character really isn't that interesting either. While a lot of characters haven't been the greatest just yet, I've enjoyed Nick Rice so far. His character dialogue and motivation is easy to get behind, and he helps out a lot with this playing as a guns for hire. Another guns for hire or fangs for hire is Peaches, who is a stealthy bobcat, and she fits in perfectly with my playstyle. And that's the best thing about guns for hire in Far Cry 5. There are different variations you can choose from depending on your playstyle and the way that you want to play. Gameplay wise, it's definitely a Far Cry game. Guns, more guns, shooting, and more shooting. And the mission structure is a little bit different from previous games, and the side missions are way more engaging than previous games also. But just like a typical Ubisoft game, it does have some busy work missions that do get a bit competitive. You do need to dive deep into some of these competitive missions to ultimately progress through the story. But the best part is this time around, every mission can be played with a co-op buddy, which makes it for super crazy moments and it's just really fun. But Far Cry 5 has also added a few fun things that you can do besides shooting cultists. Fishing and hunting rewards you with quick cash, and it's super fun. These activities definitely play into the character and the setting of Hope County. Now, I didn't write a script for this part. I just wanted to speak freely on some of the reviews that I've seen for Far Cry 5 and why people are giving it such a low score. They're kind of giving it a low score basically for the fact that it doesn't make a political statement towards religion or gun violence or anything like that, and it doesn't really kind of pick a side, like if it's going to be liberal or conservative. Well, I feel like, if you do that, it's going to look kind of bad on Ubisoft Montreal, given whatever side they pick. And I think politics in games that way doesn't need to touch games. It needs to be kind of for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're for conservative, for liberal, if you're for the Democrats, if you're for Republicans, it doesn't matter. But games are for everybody, and it doesn't need to justify what its political stance is on anything. And Far Cry 5 just needs to be a good game, and that's what it is. So that's kind of what I think about the whole politics thing. I know we don't get into politics here on the Seoul Dojo, but that's just how I look at it. And it was just stupid to take off points on a good game that doesn't make a political statement. Should you get Far Cry 5? Of course, it's a great game. It's going to be one of the biggest games this year. And yeah, so cop it. I've been Curtis Russell with the Seoul Dojo Gaming channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, and I'll check you guys later. All right.